Hello everyone, Kyle Bunger here, and welcome to another edition of Rate Their Chances. This is where we determine how likely or unlikely a character is to be in Fraymakers. There are many factors I take into consideration when determining this, but the most influential one is popularity, followed by communication, representation, and potential. Here is the scoring system for this series, with 5 meaning that I think the character will be in the base roster, while 1 means I think they have no chance of being represented at all. Which character are we rating today? It is the Stranger, aka Ryder from FURI. FURI is a game where you encounter numerous bosses on your way to freedom. Naturally, in a boss rush type of game, the most important thing is your skill set and what you can do against said bosses. So what can the Stranger do? In FURI, the Stranger has the ability to attack with his blade either quickly and rapidly or slowly and more impactfully, shoot from afar with his gun, again either rapid fire or charged. He has the ability to instantly dash and parry. Those are the only tools at your disposal, with cinematics playing during certain points of certain boss fights to spice things up a bit. With that, you would think that the potential for the Stranger to be a character would be quite limited, since FURI only allows you to do so much. However, there was recently a DLC released for the game that added new things such as stance changing, which allows you to shoot bullets in a spread and attack harder than before. I think that this adds to the Stranger's potential for sure. I must say, however, that in terms of making him a character, I'm still not 100% sure if it will be done. I think translating the Stranger to becoming a character would be very difficult, even more difficult than anyone that I've given a 3.5 rating or above to at this point. I think the Stranger has a solid base for a character, but not enough extra things in order to make them super unique. At most, I could see the Stranger being comparable in moveset to a Fire Emblem character, which is fine, but I do think the direction that Team Frey is going with all of their characters is that they all bring something unique to the table that can't be replicated by other characters in other games. I think with all that being said, I think the Stranger has a ceiling of a 3 rating just based on potential alone. Let's take a look at the other aspects before we give the Stranger our final verdict. The Stranger's popularity is an interesting case. I know that in general the game is highly successful for an indie game, and it did get 2.8 million downloads when it was a PSN free game, but that was a long time ago. I'm not sure if FURI in general is as popular as it was when it released, but I'm sure it will get discussed again now that it has DLC. Speaking of discussion, unfortunately it doesn't seem like there's much discussion for FURI representation in Fraymakers. I'm not going to say that there hasn't been mentions of FURI every now and then, but I can say with confidence that the Stranger is on the lower end of requested characters for Fraymakers. How about representation? I do think that FURI's story does revolve entirely around the Stranger, and he would be the best pick. With that being said, it is interesting to think about how some of the bosses could actually end up being more interesting character picks than the Stranger himself. But realistically, I don't see Team Frey adding one of the bosses over the Stranger. Either he's going to be his own character, or he's going to be in with one of the boss characters. Communication is also an interesting case, where they have both email available as well as Twitter. While communication is possible, as far as I've seen, the game bakers, aka the people who made this game, have never done any crossovers with anyone before. To me, I think every aspect we have gone over today has been a bit muddy, and because of that, my final score for the Stranger is a 2.5. This rating basically just means that I think there's a good chance for the character to be in the game as an assist, but I also can't say with absolute confidence that that will be the case. There are some characters who have so much going for them that I can say with confidence that they'll probably be in the game, but today is not the case. Who should I rate next? Let me know in the comments below. I do take requests, and I will see you on the next Rate Their Chances. Bye.